I hate when boys are like, take her swimming on the first date. Like, first of all, you're not getting a first date.
Of course you don't like that idea, because your makeup washes off in the water, and that's when your real face finally shows. But somehow, that same woman has the nerve to call us ugly when she needs an entire layer of makeup just to go out and buy a loaf of bread. Today we're talking about men are saying no to dating events. Women are losing it. Subscribe, and today more than ever, leave us a like and a comment. That's what helps this channel grow. Let's get started.
There are two common reasons why men aren't going to dating events. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Candice. This is 40 Before 40, 40 Lessons in Life and Love before my 40th birthday. So you've probably heard that there's this decline in dating app usage and rise in dating events. So much so that the big players like Bumble and Tinder are hosting dating events. And women have figured out that dating events are the place to go. So much so that female tickets often sell out within 24 hours of the tickets being released. But men haven't quite gotten round to that yet. And I've heard from men that there's two main reasons. Number one, they just haven't thought about it. They're used to swiping on a dating app. It's more convenient. Even if it's not any more successful, it just fits into their life a little bit better. But the second reason I hear the most is that men are intimidated by going to a dating event because they get rejected in real life. Why would they want to be rejected with more people at a dating event? And the opposite is true. At a dating event, everybody is single and everybody has come there alone and everybody wants to talk to somebody. So your odds of actually going up to someone and then being responsive or receptive to your conversation are much higher, and you're all there for the same reason. So guys, please, it takes a little bit of courage. It's a little bit awkward, I get it, but there are so many amazing dating events and we need you to be there.
Oh, hell no!
Made a video about a lot of single men in their 30s not being out and about, and I want to tell you why I think not a lot of men go to singles events. I don't think they're specifically marketed to men well enough. If you are a part of the marketing for a singles event, you need to have a group of eligible bachelors that will promote for you out the gate. Women are already going to come. You also need to have it be around competition. Most of these singles events should be at arcades, truthfully, or just game nights or something that is physically active and competitive, where instead of rotating at tables, you're rotating partners at different games, because it shows how you'll work together. Then you can talk more, you get a vibe for personality. Women can do things with their hands and not just be standing still. And competition tells you a lot about somebody's personality and how they are when they win, how they are when they lose, what they're like with new people, how they're like to collaborate with. I think that's the biggest thing that's missing in singles events. If anybody wants to partner with me on this shit, I would love to help. Yeah, I think that just saying it's a singles event isn't enough.
I run a dating event in London called Someone's Type. We need more boys. Always need more guys. I don't know what it is. The girls that turn up to our event, stunning, gorgeous, hilarious, intelligent, the most, just all of them are catches. I think it's because you have to put 5% effort in that they just don't do it. But I'm telling you now, if you want to find hot women in London, they are at our events. Really quickly, who we are, what we do. Been going for about a year. Our events are invite only. You tell us what your physical type is, personality type is. We figure out who's going to get on with who and who's going to fancy who, and we put you in a room with them. We do speed dates and mixes. So speed dates is 30 people in a room. We do those more regularly, every couple of weeks. We'll have a 5-minute date with everyone. Then at the end of the night, you get a form with everyone's face and their name, and you can say yes, no, or friend. And if it's a match at the end of the night, you get each other's phone numbers. And our mixes, those are a bit more just chuck everyone in a room, everyone gets pretty pissed. And those are 150 to 200 people. This is a PSA that all the hot women in London are at our events. Your brothers, your sons, maybe not your sons, your roommates, anyone. Get them to sign up. 15,000 of you signed up, and a large chunk of that is women. So boys, run up to someone's side and maybe we'll see you at an event.
Stop it. Get some help.
I love it when someone tries to sell you something by acting like you're the one who needs it, when the truth is they're just trying to sell you a ticket to their event. A ticket that, surprise, always costs more for men. Yes, as a man, you shouldn't be afraid of rejection. That lesson is real. But getting rejected for free is one thing. Paying for the privilege of being rejected is something else entirely. But take a look at this. Dating events used to be the last resort for the least fortunate women, the ones who struggled the most in the dating market. Now that men have started walking away from the game, They're all showing up. Every type of woman. Tickets are selling out in a matter of hours. And then they turn around and lecture you about the male loneliness epidemic, when they're the ones who can't even stand spending a weekend alone. The days of making money off men's suffering to benefit women are over.
There is no greater disservice in this world than when a beautiful girl dates an ugly fucking man and then they break up. And he gets to live with this inflated and boosted ego and sense of self for thinking, I got one baddie, what's 10 more? Like, no, sir, you were a charity case. And this only applies if the man was a piece of shit. If it was a mutual, good, healthy breakup, okay, fine, it's whatever. But if you're a piece of shit and you're ugly, like, pick one. And you have no empathy, pick one. You know?
Why do the men on Hinge not understand that when I say I'm looking for a long-term relationship, I'm looking for a long-term relationship? Because I was on a date last night with this guy from Hinge, and halfway through the date, he asks me, what are you looking for? And I told him, I like to date intentionally. I'm looking for something serious. And my profile very clearly states that. And I will say, like, his profile does say, looking for short-term, open to long-term. What the hell is a short-term relationship? Whatever. But after I said I was looking for something serious, like, we stayed on that date. He even walked me home. Then we get to my apartment and he's like, oh, you're not going to invite me in, after I thanked him for dinner and everything. And I was like, no, I don't do that on a first date. I just told you I'm looking for something serious. And I could tell right then and there I was never seeing this kid again. And surprise, surprise, I wake up the next morning, he had unmatched with me on Hinge and blocked me on Instagram. But I'm sorry, this is exactly why I'm only using Hoppy now, because these invite-only apps, they're actually better. They work. When men are held to higher standards, they meet higher standards.
I want to talk about something that I've been struggling with in my personal life, because I know that there's at least somebody who's going through something similar. I'm naturally a shy person. Like, it takes me a little while to fully be myself and, like, open up when it comes to meeting new people. In 2025, I lost the two biggest relationships in my life at the time. I think that had a bigger effect on me than I had initially realized. And for some context, I was completely blindsided by the way that these two relationships ended, both for different reasons, but I've never experienced something like that. And it just sucks because I'm the type of person that craves genuine connections and friendships. Like, that is the one thing that I've wanted my entire life, and it always seems to be a struggle. I don't know if I just picked the wrong people. I don't know. That's a whole other conversation. But now when it comes to me meeting new people and trying to make genuine connections, I feel like my brain, I don't know if it's like a protection mechanism, but like, I feel like I can't fully open up and be myself. Like I said earlier, it's hard for me to open up to people in the first place until I feel comfortable and like I can be myself and silly, goofy, whatever. But now it just feels 10 times harder. This guard up is a giant brick wall, and I feel like I can't be myself. I feel like I'm like a shell of a person when I'm meeting people, and it's like not even close to the real me. It literally makes me feel insane, and I just wish that my brain didn't work this way. But you know what? It's fine. I'm hoping with time it just gets better, or maybe I'll just meet like my soul best friend and then they'll bring it out of me, and like, I don't know.
Women don't know how to handle rejection because it's hard for them to accept that a man who's not even a perfect 10 walked away from them, that he didn't put the world at their feet. They forget that for him to leave, he had to show more courage than they were ever willing to give him credit for. Think about this. Once a woman gets close to 30, the clock starts ticking, and suddenly she wants to date with intention. That's why every date carries more weight, every rejection hurts more, and every disappointment hits even harder. Gentlemen, the number of single women keeps growing, and time is working against them, not against you.
I don't want to go on the date. I don't want to give you my phone number. I don't want to do the rodeo. I know you don't give a fuck about my cat's name. I know you don't care about where I went to high school. You are just asking these things because you're like, I want to, this person act interested. What can I do? No, even if the man was like, I want to marry you, because motherfuckers be out here, and they would. Okay, we are the prize ladies, and they would. The problem is that still, what is that gonna do for me, baby? I gotta. Okay, and that thing works so good. I got a great job. I have a great, fantastic life. I have wonderful friends. What else are you bringing to the table that isn't better than what I'm already doing?
If you're ever missing a man, just remember that sometime, somewhere, a girl used him for a drink and then ran away from him. Okay? Just think about that.
Do you know, it's genuinely got to be like a mental obsession to make out that someone is stalking or is jealous of your life, but yet it's you that's waking up every single day making up a fake account to watch what someone else is doing, to get your family members to watch what that person is doing, and then to sit there and try and make out what you're doing is what the other person is doing to try and fill your ego. Is just absolutely insanity. Like, it's fucking delusional. There is not a person, let me just tell you, there is not a person on this world that's got anything that I want or that I'm jealous of. The only thing that I'm jealous of right now is people with aircon. Because when I tell you my house is like a fucking sauna, it is like a sauna. I do not give a fuck what people do. I do not sit there and make fake accounts to look at what someone else is doing. I genuinely haven't got the time of the day to do it. Imagine waking up in the morning and before you've even put food on the table for your child, you've got to quickly go on your fake account or get your family member to go on a fake account to go and watch what someone else is doing. It's not ever normal. And then to try and sit there and say that it's the person that you're stalking is the one that's stalking you, it's fucking... like, honest to God, you genuinely couldn't make shit like that up. Like, it's actually laughable. And the thing is people push and push and push for you to bite back. But let me tell you for free, you don't want me to bite back. You're not going to want me to bite back. Let me tell you that. So I'd be very careful with what lies people want to spread, or how much you want to try and get a sympathy vote off people and make up these little delusional stories in your head, because the only thing you need is to go and see a shrink. Let me tell you that. But anyway, I'm going to go get a nice sunbed now. Have a good day.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no.
What do you bring to the table? Because let's be honest, you're not going to put a single dollar into this relationship. You're already past 30, your biological clock is ticking, and those girlfriends of yours don't matter to any man who's worth a damn. I see the tattoos on your hand, and I already know the message. Strong. Independent. I don't need a man. Fine. Then tell me, how do I benefit from being with you? Most of these women aren't wife material. They're not the kind of women who elevate your life. They drag you down. That's the point. If you don't add value to my life romantically, then I'm not adding value to yours financially. It's an exchange, not a charity. And once you take intimacy out of the equation, you realize there's nothing left to offer. Gentlemen, the wall keeps claiming its victims because the wall doesn't forgive.
Women.
We've reached the end, but before we wrap up, we've got 2 questions for you. Do you think dating events actually benefit men, or are they just a business designed to profit from women? Have you ever paid for a dating event or a date and felt like it wasn't worth it? And if you got something out of this video, you already know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Every bit of support helps us reach more people and keep bringing you this kind of analysis. We'll see you in the next video on the wall.